I hope everyone's doing all right today. I haven't recorded a video in a long time, and I decided to do one tonight. There was a post that I wanted to read, wanted to share. I thought I could just write it out, but then I thought, no, I'll also record a video on it. So hopefully this helps out whoever reads it or listens to it. Life is going to be hard for a lot of us, especially in the areas that we want to succeed in or we want to excel in. Life is going to break us in areas where we are the most strong, and circumstances are going to enter our lives, which seem to trap us in lifestyles that are opposite of who we really are, who we really want to be. But life does these things to help us master our circumstances, to understand both sides of what it means to be empowered from a circumstance or a situation or an experience, and also understand the victimization of those things. And to master is to walk both paths and to understand both paths of anything, any circumstance in our lives. We're put into stressful situations a lot of the times because we're supposed to find that power inside of ourselves to overcome whatever situations are seemingly keeping us down. Once a resolution is found in our circumstances, the same issues usually cannot affect us twice because we've already mastered how to deal with them. Being done with a situation does not mean you have found a solution or a resolution, because being done with a situation is just like taking a break, and it's just done for that particular time. Eventually, you'll end up reattracting the same situation again. If you're nervous about something, or if you're worried about something happening and the situation passes, you're going to take a breath, but then that same situation is going to hit again, and you're going to have the same reaction until you learn how to find a resolution to act different if this ever happens again. Usually it doesn't. Usually because circumstances, when they happen, what changes the circumstance is usually how we are affected by it. So even if something does happen twice, our reaction to it can be different, and therefore can actually change the definition of that circumstance. Okay. So being done doesn't mean you found a resolution. So if you are a person who wants happiness and to always have balance in your life, you're going to find yourself in constant stress, constant chaos, and confusion, because balance is a thing that you desperately want. And so that's the thing that you desperately want. You're going to be stuck in that mindset of, I want. So you're going to constantly want. So you're going to constantly be in, if I want balance, then you're going to be in stress, chaos, and confusion. And the same goes for people who are desperate for freedom. You're going to always find yourself trapped and feeling stuck, as if life is going nowhere, and you're always in situations that are constantly keeping you down. You're going to always feel that way. Now, a lot of people get two ideas mixed up: being yourself and growth. You cannot grow out of yourself, but you can grow out of who you think this world has traumatized you to be. What I mean by the first part of that is, you cannot grow out of yourself, because who you truly are is the core of yourself, and that can't change. I'll go a little bit more into it in a little bit, but being yourself, you can't grow out of yourself, but you can grow out of who you think the world has traumatized you to be. Now, being yourself is the person who's going to push you out of the person you've been molded into being by past influences, your regrets, fears, and experiences, etc. And as long as you remain true to what that feeling is inside of you, that authentic feeling, that true authentic feeling is inside of you, as long as you remain true to it, you will grow more into that authentic power. When we work out our muscles, then our muscles they strengthen. When you work out certain skills, then your skills will strengthen. And as you work out authentic expression of yourself, then and you, sorry, excuse me, as long as you work out authentic expression of your inner gut feelings and your intuition, so too will those grow, just as our muscles do and our skills do. Now, as I said before, it is impossible actually to grow out of yourself because the real you is the source essence of where your negative emotions and feelings actually come from. Your true inner self produces these negative feelings because they are areas which need the most love, understanding, expression, and empathy. Once these have been established, fluidity will be a lot easier, and it will allow the energy of these areas, these blocked areas, to flow out into the world more positively, more authentically, and they'll end up attracting the same feelings back to you in the form of usually physical things, sometimes people and blessings, opportunities and jobs and things like that. A lot of times we will sit in an energy and we'll stay there and it'll just build up into like a negative black hole type thing because this energy is inside of us and it's so stagnant and not going anywhere. Then it'll just end up pulling in like a black hole. It'll pull in things that are just as dark and depressing as it is. And when you have stagnant energy, it will pull things and it will build on them. So if you do have some kind of negativity inside of you, then usually that negative energy attracts people, jobs, or situations or things like that that are an equal negative match to what you are actually feeling deep down inside. Yeah, so just to keep that in mind. So when you learn how to express yourself more truly and you do have some love, you do have an understanding of who you are, you do know how to express, authentically express certain parts of yourself without having to stop so much and, debate if I can do this or that. When you can authentically know how to let certain parts of yourself out without letting limiting thoughts block them or slow them down, then the fluidity will come out a lot easier. And whatever your true feeling is, it'll be a lot easier to actually attract those feelings to you. The difference between the black hole and the attraction is that the attraction is more of the positive scale of creating or manifesting something that is within inside of you. But the black hole effect is more of it pulls things that are the same and it builds in you and it weighs. I know they sound just the same. So I guess to make it sound easier, the black hole effect is you feeling what is going on inside of you, and you attracting is experiencing externally on a conscious level a idea or an experience or something that is in the gray area between the black hole and the positive experience. Anyway, so the real you is the light you need to follow because all that pain inside can be fixed and that darkness can be given redirection other than remaining stagnant in your life and in your experiences. Heal, the word heal and heal sound alike because spiritually they symbolically mean something. Heal and heal sound the same because they both mean to reshape something in a particular area. Something can be flat, and then there's a heal, and then it's flat again, etc. So just keep that in mind, that heal and healed means to reshape something. So whenever something does feel broken inside of you or you feel broken, sometimes it's not always about how can I get back to how I was before. It's more of how can I actually reshape what this thing was, or yeah, how can I reshape who I used to be? How can I reshape them into something better, into something different? Doesn't mean what you have is lost or it's gone. It just means when you reshape it, all of the pieces are still there. They just make a different shape. They make a different symbol. They just flow differently. They're just different in its design. But all the pieces are still there. But you will never feel whole until you pick up those pieces. And even if you have a circular figure and it shatters, and then you glue them together and make them completely flat, all of the pieces are still there. They're just different in their design. So just keep that in mind, that you feeling broken is just because you have to reshape what you've been given, even if what you've been given has been a negative experience or a type of pain or trauma. If it was a broken heart or something, you can reshape that. You can reshape how you love, how you take in love. You just keep that in mind. So yeah, just reshape. The life we live, the life you live is a storm. It feels like a storm. It's a storm because you must learn to trust yourself in order to get out of it. Some advice can help, but that same advice can destroy. So pay attention to what you particularly need in order to learn how to trust your inner voice and to learn how to exercise it. Life will build momentum into reflecting physically, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally an existence made from your real inner voice, and not the echoes of others pinging in your development. Once you learn how to trust yourself again and trust your inner voice again. Anyway, I really wanted to share that with you guys, with the world, and I really hope this reaches a lot of people. Thank you so much for listening to this, and you have a great day. Do the best you can with what you got, and have a great night.